Welcome to the Graybeard Chronicles podcast. Your hosts, Brian Halstead and Kevin Harkins, are two gray-bearded patriots who love God, their family and friends, and their country. The Graybeards are here to inspire, inform, and educate you on a myriad of topics they are passionate about. Brian and Kevin have a strong desire to share this with you to help you live your best life. Sit back and enjoy this amazing podcast as the Graybeards pass along the wisdom of the ages.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Graybeard Chronicles. I'm Brian Halstead.
And I'm Kevin Harkins.
And Kevin, we're here to pass along some wisdom of the ages. What the heck does that mean?
We're not perfect, but we do have gray beards. And that means we've got some significant life experience, some life lessons, and some perspectives that are worthy of passing along.
Well, I think that sums it up nicely. Let's get to it.
Kevin, what's going on, buddy? Nice to see you this evening. Sorry it's not in person.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too. It's a bit dark where you are, but it's kind of cool. It's got a good vibe.
Yeah, the lighting in this hotel room isn't all that, so I had to adjust it a little bit to make it. The only lights are really the ones on either side of the bed, and I turn those on behind me, and it's like then it just jacks up the whole screen. So we can deal with this for one evening.
You look great. You look a bit mysterious, so that's good.
Yeah. Cool.
And I look bright. I probably should have turned something out, but here we are. We're going, and I'm
so
feeling
bright,
good.
Sunglasses.
What's that? Yeah.
You so bright.
You need
sunglasses.
sunglasses. Yeah. Where are my sunglasses? I don't have them with me. So, but I'm comfortable. I'm in a different part of the house tonight than I normally in because we actually have a guest, and the guest is in my office.
Right.
And
so the guest didn't want you recording a podcast in their bedroom.
Exactly. Anyway, thrilled to be here and looking forward to this. This is going to be a journey of discovery. That's what I've decided.
Yeah. So what? Well, I'll let the cat out of the bag on what we're talking about tonight. So this actually came out of a conversation we had on a recent podcast when I said something about our dishwasher being broken. And that after it broke the third time, I said, "The hell with it! I'm not fixing it. We'll just wash the dishes." And I learned while we were preparing for this podcast that apparently that turns my wife on seeing me wash the dishes. And so you suggested I wash the dishes naked,
right?
And then that opened a whole discussion, or just a limited discussion, on things you shouldn't do naked. And then one of our listeners graciously suggested we do a whole discussion on things you shouldn't do naked. And I thought that was funny. So that's the topic for the evening, things you shouldn't do naked. And thank you, Chris, aka Felix, for suggesting that.
And I said, I think this is going to be a journey of discovery, because as we talk about these things, as I was thinking about this, it reminded me of other things. And I'm just going to ask you, we're all going to learn about each other. And particularly, at least because of the questions I'm going to ask, we're going to learn about you.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So the before we get into what's on our list, are the things that are on your list things from personal experience or theoretical?
Oh, no, I'm not revealing that. No way. We'll just talk through it. And
yeah, you know what? That's cool. So people that know us will be able to determine whether the things on our list are from personal experience or theoretical.
Some of it I probably would be willing to admit. But actually, I don't think I did anything that you're not supposed to do on my list. But of course, like I said, that led to other things.
Right. You've not broken any laws that you're aware of with any of the things that are on your list. And if you did break any, as far as you know, the statute of limitations has expired?
There were laws broken. Absolutely. Yes, I will say that much.
Statute of limitations expired?
Oh, yeah. This was back when I was much younger man. Right.
So shall we just go back and forth here? What do you think the recommended?
Yeah, I'm ready. I got a question for you, though.
All right.
My first one.
No.
This is not something you should. I'm just gonna. Have you ever been skinny dipping? I don't mean in your backyard in your pool. I
Oh,
mean,
hell
like,
yeah. Hell yeah.
you have?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Like out in the lake or in the ocean or where?
Yeah. Inland Lake, Lake Michigan. Yep.
All of the above. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
indeed.
Me too. So you can do that. And what did you think about that?
So I actually told a story today when I was talking with some friends and coworkers about the topic this evening and asking for some input from them. I told them a story about this wasn't actually a skinny dipping incident, but this was just a regular swimming incident. And it was a quarry. And this particular quarry is used for diving. A lot of dive classes are done there and so on, but we went swimming there. And if you hang out near the dock, or at least on this particular day, the fish seem to be confused and confuse your nipples for food or something. And so I was thinking this would not be a good place to be skinny dipping.
No.
Unless you're into that.
So I've done it as well. I'm sure most people our age have done it at one point or another. The thing is about it though, it's so, I don't know, it just makes you feel alive. It's so, it's fun, it's liberating, it's exciting, it's dangerous, it's all of those things. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So you've been skinny dipping in a swimming pool, a lake,
the
ocean.
Yep.
I'm trying to think if I probably have been, I can't specifically recall the incident, but knowing my personality, I'm pretty sure I've been naked in the ocean.
All right. Well, there you go.
At some point or another.
Something we all should strive for.
Absolutely. Swimming pool. You know what though? I'm kind of ashamed to say that I've not been skinny dipping in my own swimming pool. The neighbors might be thankful for that, but I have not yet. I got to check that off my list.
That was a distraction, but that's what happened. As I was thinking about items, it made me think of other things. And that's why it's a journey of discovery. Now, those who didn't know before now know about what you've done with skinny dipping. There you go.
I'll get a letter from my neighbors now. Please put up a taller privacy fence.
Yes.
One that's blocks out the complete view. Yeah.
Good fences make good neighbors. Right.
Ain't that the truth? I got good neighbors. I can't complain.
Keep it that way.
Yes, indeed. That's awesome.
So
all right.
What's your item?
So what's my first one?
Yeah.
So I figured I'd start off like this. Record a video podcast. That's probably the first one. You shouldn't do naked. I think our viewers would agree with that.
Huh. That's so I didn't think about that, asking you that one. I have not done that, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure you haven't, because at least not with me.
Right. Oh, no.
I'm not even pretty sure. I'm 100% sure you have not with me.
Right. No. But I mean, what I thought is, have you filmed yourself doing other things? You don't have to answer that question, by the way. That one is, yeah.
How about these guys that, when this pandemic started, and they're forgetting that they're on Zoom. They think they've shut their camera off or something, and they proceed to spank the monkey or whatever.
What was that? So what's that? Yeah, journalists did that.
It's like a CNN reporter or something.
Like, I think his name is Tubin.
Tubin.
Wow.
You can't make that shit up.
No, you can't.
That's like a whole new term. We don't call it jerking off anymore. We call it tubing.
Right. All right, so that's a good one. So my first one was, it's actually the very first thought I had when this subject came up was the Seinfeld episode about shrinkage.
Right.
And you remember when George went swimming in the really cold pool, and then Elaine saw him and wondered, the turtle had withdrawn its head into the. So I don't think you should go swimming in really cold weather, really cold water. That's just my own. I know some people like that. Some polar bears like to jump in, but nah, it's not for me.
The polar plunges and things like that. Yeah, your junk's trying.
I know people like it, but
junk's trying to pull up in your own body.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you can be accused of being a woman after jumping in some really cold water.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's 2021. Yeah, there's a lot.
Right.
There's a lot of shit wrong with that. Okay. Don't. We don't need any. What was the guy on Silence of the Lambs? Buffalo Bill. Anyway,
I don't remember.
You don't remember that scene?
No.
Anyway,
It's been a while. That movie came out like what, 25 years ago or longer?
yeah,
Something like that.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
But speaking of skinny dipping and being naked in your pool in your backyard, have you hung out in your backyard, naked? Not necessarily this house, but anywhere?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. See? I bet a bunch of people didn't know that.
Yeah, naked sunbathing, man. You just got to be careful,
Really?
Yeah.
Did you use suntan lotion?
Yeah.
At least that's what you.
I had
That's
fun
what you
applying
told
it.
everybody it was, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Next time I'm doing, I'll ask you if you'll apply it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't. The fence that we have around the pool now is not conducive for naked sunbathing.
Okay. I have not done that, by the way. I've not done naked sunbathing. So.
Yes, I've done that in more than one location.
More than one location. Okay. So that's something that you can do. That's all right. All right. What's your next one?
So the next one on my list is iron, like with a steam iron. No bueno. Especially considering the height of the ironing board typically. Yeah, you need to be careful with that.
I don't know. Wouldn't you have to be like majorly uncoordinated to I guess it's just not worth it, right?
You'll end up with a damn steamed sausage if you're not careful.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I don't.
That's a visual. That's a visual you won't be able to shake for a little while.
No, you're right. All right. So similar to your don't do a podcast, you shouldn't give a lecture naked.
Oh yeah. Well, unless the audience is into that, right? So if it's a nudist convention, they might expect you to. But under normal circumstances, probably not.
I don't know. Have you ever heard the saying? And this is what I was reminded of this, and I've heard this years ago. Because men and women are, obviously wired differently, and men are very visual. And you see a beautiful woman, shapely. I mean, you zero in on it, and
right.
And women, and I heard this saying years ago, the only time a woman really cares that a man is naked, that she really cares about it, is if he's physically actually on fire. That's it. That's the only time. Then she'll, try to put it out. But otherwise, I guess you've not heard that because you had no reaction to it.
No, I'm puzzled by that. I don't understand. I do not comprehend what you're trying to say there, sir.
It was just a sad. I heard it at a lecture, and some guy said, "Yeah, the only time my wife really cares that I'm naked is if I'm actually on fire."
Right.
And
so that's his wife. Okay, so
right.
now that makes more sense because
right.
It sounds like it might be unique to this guy.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. And it's probably a saying, and I just didn't say it right. But anyway, you get my point. I get my point.
That's funny. All right, so I got several more on the list. I'll just throw a couple of them out there. I said this one in response to your, you should wash dishes naked. I said, one thing you shouldn't do naked for sure, along with ironing, is cook bacon, fry bacon. Ooh, not a good idea.
Oh yeah, that could be. Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody gets that one.
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever been streaking?
So I think yes, I have.
So and it's not really an acceptable answer, I think.
I do. I don't recall the exact location, but I do believe as a younger person, high school aged, I did engage in such activity.
All right. There you go. See, that's against the law. So you broke the law.
Yeah.
You feel good about that?
They didn't catch me. So it's only illegal if you get caught.
All right. Well, I have two, about the same age as well. Yeah. That was I think 5 or 6 houses
Well,
down the middle.
I mean, there was a time when we were growing up that was a thing, right?
It was a thing.
Much more a prominent thing than it is now.
Yeah, that's right.
Not that it still doesn't happen occasionally.
That's right. All right. So there's one that I'm kind of stealing from you, but I'll skip that one for now. You shouldn't mow the lawn naked. That's one. That's one. Too many things get flung out of that lawnmower and going in all directions.
Well, maybe you're standing in the wrong spot.
Well, see, to me, mowing lawn and weed whacking, it's all one big thing.
Yeah.
And look, there's a new definition: weed whacking.
Yeah, weed whacking. Be careful. Oh. So weed whacking was on my list. Cutting the lawn was not, because if you got a good mower, you're either behind that thing or you're sitting on it. You might be safe, but weed whacking, yeah, you shouldn't do that naked.
All right, fair enough.
You might get the errant little, piece of rock or something that flies over and hits something that wouldn't be good.
Yeah. Lawnmowers are throwing stuff out and it's bouncing off stuff and back at you, and still, it's not a fun time.
Yeah, I'm sure people are getting the visual here. Yeah, let's not do that.
All right, I think it's your turn.
Here's a couple for you, and these are compliments of some folks that I queried today.
Okay.
I'll say 2 of them: firefighting, which that makes sense, and sandblasting.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, sandblasting, if you've ever done that, and not in a professional setting where you're set up and equipped for it, that sand's going to get every damn where anyways. So you certainly wouldn't want to do it naked. Yeah,
and if you point the nozzle in the wrong direction, that could create some. Yeah, that could create.
Don't point the nozzle at the nozzle.
But I could actually, if you're at home and you're asleep in the middle of the night and your smoke alarm goes off and you sleep naked, you might be fighting that fire with your fire extinguisher naked. So that's possible.
Well, yeah, okay. So that's a good point. Yeah, that's a valid point. That is definitely a caveat. So unless you find yourself in an emergency situation and you're naked and are forced to fight a fire.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If all of those planets have aligned, you're authorized to do that.
That's right. Do not follow our advice and not fight the fire.
So I'm gonna lump the next 2 into the same category. Different kind of horses, but in both cases, you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't ride a horse, a real horse, that kind of horse, or you shouldn't ride an iron horse, a motorcycle, your world.
Real horse, that's right, yes.
You should not do either of those naked, in my view. Now, maybe you might think differently about one or the other. I don't know.
Yeah, so both of those came up in discussions with others in preparation for this, and the riding a horse, an actual animal, I'm sure that's been done. I think it's still not a good idea, especially if it's like bareback. There's a possibility of chafing and things that you're not going to.
No, don't do that.
My wife said the motorcycle thing. You shouldn't ride your motorcycle naked. I said, come on, babe. I'm like, my pipes are way down there. I'm in no danger of hurting anything. Hey, But she said it's still not a good idea to ride your motorcycle naked.
I agree.
It depends on where you are. There's actually parades in places where people ride bicycles naked, and I suspect motorcycles as well. There might be a time and a place for that.
Yeah, it would be pretty limited.
I'm probably not going there.
Right.
But there might be a time and a place for that.
So are you saying that you have never ridden your motorcycle naked? Is that what you're saying?
So I'll say that I have never ridden my motorcycle naked.
Okay. Oh.
Sure, I can say I've never been on my motorcycle naked.
Okay. All right.
I'll let your mom with that one.
I'll just let that one.
I'll leave that one to everybody. What is he saying?
I'm picturing those from our childhood. Maybe they still exist. Those motorcycle magazines with the models out.
Yeah, Easy Rider.
Easy Rider. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm picturing something like that. So there you go.
Yeah, you're picturing me spread out on my motorcycle. That's just fucking weird, Kevin.
No, I'm not picturing. Well, no, I'm not picturing that. So, all right, see, a journey of discovery. That's where we go. Let's see. This is one that I thought of just because way back in junior high, I was actually on the wrestling team, and that would not be a good thing to do naked. I mean, it's bad enough already, even with everything kind of like held in and held down.
Right. Yeah, you still might end up with somebody's junk in your face. But
there's no probably about it.
You wouldn't want that shit unrestrained.
Right. Yeah, there's no probably about it. In fact, if I were wrestling that way, I'd be trying to do that on purpose. Just because,
I'm just going to pass everything I could have said in relation to that.
Well, yeah, okay, you're right. That could have taken a turn. Probably already did in your head. Yes, indeed.
It did. I'm fighting it off right now, man.
Yeah. Okay. Let it go. All right. Yeah, you ever play spin the bottle?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Something similar right now. I didn't say wrestling in particular, but I said any full contact sport.
Okay.
Just stay away from it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Here's one. I thought this is welding, right? Shouldn't weld. You shouldn't do any metalworking at all. Anything that involves like grinding and sparks and things of that nature. Yeah, kind of shy away from that. And this one, I gotta make sure this one gets in there. Noodling, right? You're familiar with noodling, where they go and
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So it's a sport where they go and catch these catfish that are down in their holes wherever catfish live in the base of the river, and they stick their arm down in there, and the catfish bites onto their arm, and they bring these freaking monster cats out. It's pretty cool to watch, actually, but I would not recommend noodling naked, because while the catfish, you're sticking your arm down in the hole and they know what they're going after, there's lots of other fish that live in that same water, and they might not have the same clear understanding of what you're doing and might confuse some things for some other type of worm, and it could be a problem. So yeah,
there are multiple questions.
Go noodling naked.
Right. So I there's a lot of rocks that I still live under in parts of my life, but I didn't know that a catfish bites your arm. I guess they don't bite that hard, right? Because otherwise people wouldn't do that. Do they?
I think blood? Well, I think they can, right? I mean, they've got little small teeth that can get you a little bit, but and you'll see people put something on their arm or something to cover it up.
Okay, so it's not just a bare arm.
You gotta check it out, man. You do searches on YouTube and find that noodling. There's actually, I forget the girl's name. One, I think she gets lots of views because in addition to the noodling being entertaining, she's easy on the eyes as well.
Okay. Didn't know that. Didn't even know there was such an activity. So, but yes, I agree with you. Fish are, I think they're the equal opportunity worms everywhere.
Right. And while we're talking about that, right? So think about fishing. Casting.
Oh Lord.
No,
especially fly fishing.
Especially if you're not good at it.
Oh yeah.
You ever get the lure caught in a tree, right? Snagged on a branch. Imagine if that were your branch.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do that.
So good.
How about this one? No, go ahead. Your turn. I've ran along.
Mine. Here's one that I tried to imagine it. You shouldn't play paintball naked. That would be bad.
Yeah, that could sting a little bit. That would actually be kind of cool. I mean, the body painting thing, I'm not opposed to. But the with a projectile like that could be painful.
Well, I think what would happen is everybody'd be shooting for the groin. And so, have you played paintball? Clearly you played paintball. Those suckers hurt.
Yeah, no, personally, I have not played paintball. The closest thing to it I've ever done was training with simulations. And yeah.
Well, there's a reason that they're all geared up, with flak jackets, helmets, face masks. Because when that hits,
That shit hurt.
it hits.
Yeah.
Right. So no. And if I saw somebody running through my paintball field naked, I'd definitely be going for.
I'll be lighting that ass up.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Just because I would want to see the reaction.
Mhm.
That would be a good punishment. That would be a good punishment for somebody. Yeah.
Here's
There you go.
I got to go ahead and give me a couple more because I got a couple here that we just have to call out. And I know we didn't want to take too terribly long on this list, but it could go on and on. You know, we might we might even have to do a part 2.
Yeah, this one it was just it was a random thought, and I can leave it at this. You probably shouldn't go to church naked. That's probably one you shouldn't do. That would not go over well with. I think they would call somebody.
I would say in most congregations that is true.
Right.
But there may be some folks out there that we're not aware of that enjoy that.
You're right. You're absolutely right. See, there's something for everyone, isn't there? But anyway, any church that I've been to in my life, and I've been to a lot of them, yeah, it wouldn't go over well.
Right. Not if you want to come back again.
Right.
Nice. How about this one? Flee from a police canine. Not a good idea.
Oh, yeah. That would be another bad one. Yeah.
Or what is this? Oh, beekeeping.
Here was one that I had too, just because you imagine when you're watching professional tennis, don't play tennis. Because you're just kind of all splayed out in all directions, kind of things are hanging down everywhere, and
you smacked the wrong fuzzy ball.
Right. And sometimes they do. If there's a guy that's too close to the net and there's nowhere else to go, they'll go right at him. But it's not just that. when you're running after a ball and things are slapping around and you're lunging for it, and it's just not a good look. At least not. Well, anyway, I'll just stop there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we could have a lot of fun with this. This is weird, man. I don't know if you can hear this in the background with the audio here, but my damn phone is ringing again. Who calls my hotel room? Nobody calls a hotel room anymore. Unless, I don't know.
You're the crowd you're going to dinner with are probably calling you saying, "Where are you?"
They would call my cell phone. They ain't calling a damn hotel room.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe they're who knows?
All right. So any more on your list that are must call out?
No. I've run the course. And I've enjoyed learning some things about you that I did not know.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, this was a cool discussion, and truly, this is wisdom of the ages, right? By definition, this is wisdom of the ages. Many of these things that we discussed this evening are things that we have learned from having the not so good experiences by doing them. And, the experiences that others that have had that shared them with us. So.
Yeah. There really is a time and a place to be naked, and there's lots of good times and places to be naked, and we've hit a few of them, but there's a whole bunch that you should avoid as well.
Plenty of time, good times to be naked, but
man, but I do have to ask you this. What's the movie? Cameron Diaz, Something About Mary. And there's a scene in there about getting caught in the zipper. I think that's the movie, isn't it? There's something about Mary.
Zipper. Right?
He got his wanker caught in the zipper.
His wanker or his ball sack?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
I mean, either one is bad.
Right. I honestly don't remember that detail.
No.
He got something. One of those.
I've never had that experience, thank goodness.
Yeah, I haven't either. I wonder if that ever, I suppose it's happened at some point, right? It must have.
Oh, I'm sure it has to somebody.
Oh man, that one. I
think it's more prone if you're going commando.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I prefer to wear some, boxers of some description to
Right.
kind of keep them somewhat corralled.
There you go. I've, like I said,
Again, more information than you needed and more than you set out to learn, right?
I didn't ask for it, but again, this is a journey of discovery.
That's right.
There we go.
You said that from the beginning, right?
From the beginning. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, anything else that you feel like we just absolutely have to call out?
Nope. Yeah, it's been fun to talk about it. So
I think my background's getting really dark here.
You're even more mysterious now.
Yeah, so let's close this thing out by saying something like, no matter who you are, where you are, whether or not you're clothed or naked, make sure between this podcast and the next, you make time to enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, there's that thing, we get the Zoom delay.
It was perfect.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Graybeard Chronicles. Please subscribe so you'll receive notification when new episodes are available. To learn more about the Graybeards, visit their website, graybeardchronicles.com.